up, what up? So, just wanted to go over and give a few quick updates on some changes on the 2J240SX project here. So I can't leave well enough alone. And, well, I'm changing out ECUs. So, I'm going to go over here. I already went over and pulled out the old harness, as you can see here, which there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the ECU. ECU I was using was the Pro EFI. And there you have it. Brand new Haltech Nexus R5. Like I said, I got an offer I couldn't refuse on it, and it definitely fitted my needs and for current and future upgrades. So take it out here. So as you can see, beautiful Nexus R5, which I'm very excited to get this up and running. Oh, and then I even kind of treated myself here. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera all over the place. Ended up getting a nice little mounting bracket kit here from what is it? Circuit Works, I believe. I believe that's what it. There you go. From Circuit Works. So not too badly designed. Pretty simple. Looks good. So can't wait to get that mounted in the car once I get to that step. So a couple other changes that I have going on. I ended up dropping the S13 subframe, and I got an S14 subframe. So reason behind me doing that is I did, if you can see over there in the corner there, I got the 350Z diff. So I made a whole new harness, which this is the old Pro EFI harness. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. I could have technically kind of repinned some stuff and just use this, but I wanted to build a whole new harness. I learned a lot from building this one. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with it, but I did have a couple mistakes, which were very minimal mistakes, but I wanted to, practice more and, increase my skills on building a harness, which I actually really enjoy. So, unfortunately, I didn't record me building the other harness, but here it is. So this one here is going to be for that bad boy over there, the Nexus R5. Here's all of the ECU connectors. And then I even made some add-ons for it for future. Of course, you have your can. What's this? That's for your high amperage. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's the wideband. There's my dash connector. Fuel pump. That'll be this here. So since I went with I'm running the automatic transmission, so I did end up getting the converter box, which technically I could have gone over and just pinned all the transmission stuff to any of the inputs on the Nexus. There's more than enough, but why use all those when I can just go over and get the converter box, and they take all the signals and put it to one. So then that saves me space to go over and use it for other other options. So as you know, with the Nexus, you know, I'm pretty much able to control pretty much everything on the car. You know, since I have a 92 240, 240 SX, there really isn't you know, a whole lot of advanced, you know, stuff on there. So that ECU pretty much could control the whole car, from wipers, blinkers, high beams, low beams, signals, everything. So this was all on the ECU side. So I actually separated, where's it at? So my wideband here is, I attach it from the inside, and then I will just run this out to out through the fender well, since it gives me, I have like, you get so much length, so I can kind of like shorten it up a little bit, but run it up through the fender well, and then just branch it out and put it in that way. So let's see. So out here, this all goes out to the engine. So let me see if I can. So there's my flex fuel. So I'll try to go over this stuff real quick. Real simple. All simple stuff. There's my let's see what we got here. Oh, there's my knock, flex fuel. Just keep wanting to get all up in the way here. There's my starter trigger. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera all over the place here. So I'm trying to do this with one hand. There's engine coolant temp. What's this? Boost control solenoid. So I went over and I had done the what is it, for the engine coolant for that goes to the dash, that just, you know, to the gauge, but I'm probably going to end up changing out that whole cluster. So I'm kind of thinking of maybe even going with like the UC10, possibly. I don't know. It would be kind of nice to upgrade that to a more modern looking dash, like that's on like the newer cars. So, and that pretty much, you know, it does everything. If you know anything about the UC10 display. There's crank. There's your alternator. What's this? Fuel pressure. End up getting a sensor for that. There's my ground. What is that? That's my other knock. Here's my ejector. So I ended up doing kind of like a little sub harness. So my idea for this was to, if I ended up changing out injectors, then I don't know, I could I figured it'd probably be easier just to do it like this. Then I can just disconnect it and then run a whole new loom. So I don't know, I thought it was a good idea. Here's the injectors. Let's see, what's that? That's the ground cam map sensor. This is just for just some accessories, so I can always pin this later for whatever I end up wanting to use that for. What is this? So this is my ignition coil sub. Oh, here's your connectors for the transmission, for the solenoids, and this is also part of the transmission. That's your Prindle. TPS, VVTI, we got here IAT, oil pressure. So I went and I had actually, so I upgraded, I'm upgrading the oil pressure sensor to an actual one that will read oil pressure. So instead of just so on the 240s, all it is a it's just a light. It ain't telling you nothing. So I want to actually be able to read and see what's doing what. Oh, showed that one already. That's the IAT. What we got here? Is it the boost? Yeah. So I think that's everything on the harness. So, oh, I think I don't remember if I said or not, but I did also make a thing here for speed. Yes, speed sensors. So I got speed 1 and 2, in which I can go over and I can probably, I believe I should be able to use the 350Z speed sensors to possibly have traction control. So that's the whole idea. I would like to have traction control ran on this. So, but I'm thinking that I should be able to with the Haltech. So fingers crossed, and if not, then well, it's whatever. I should, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to. All right, so we're gonna fast forward to. I'm sure you guys didn't want to see me actually putting in the harness into the car, but now we've got it all pretty much, for the most part, all plugged in. I left a couple of the plugs out just because I need to get the flex fuel plugged in, or I gotta do the fuel lines. But for the most part, most of it's all in. Here's all my spares. These will go to the transmission, the knock sensor, which I still have to order, but that'll be easy to get to. So there you have it. The whole harness, like I said, basically plugged all in. A quick note. So the stock throttle cable is a little bit too long. So I ended up kind of sourcing. I've seen some people that had gone to like bicycle shops or whatever, and we got a nice little storm coming. But anyway, so we've got a couple people that have gone over and said that they have went to like a bicycle shop or whatever. You know what? I went over, and after some digging and research, a quick, easy bolt-on, don't have to modify anything, it bolts right up. You go over here and you order the Skyline GTR throttle cable. It pretty much bolts right up. Only thing you have to do is just get either make your own new bracket, so that way it kind of extends a little bit further out. But yeah, as you can see, bolts right in, goes right into the OEM area, and it's super easy, and it's under $100. I think I found mine on eBay. If anything, I can go over and put the part number just to help anybody who's looking for one out. But I found mine on eBay. There's a couple other sites that you can get it for. I think they kind of run it a little bit higher, but like I said, I got mine for under 100. Yeah, still didn't go over here and plug in my O2 yet, but that's a simple install. So we got the harness going into the firewall. And then I'm pretty sure if you guys can see it. If not, I apologize. But I actually made the harness a little longer, just for the simple fact that I can mount it. I'm going to mount the ECU. I have plenty of options on where to go over here and mount it at. I can either have it someplace here, have it in the glove box, or maybe mount it somewhere here, but I just want to keep it out of the way, so that way anybody who is sitting, any passenger, they don't kick my ECU or anything like that. So maybe once I get it mounted, depending on where it's at, I can get somebody to fab me up maybe like a little cover or something. Just all depends on where I'm gonna get it all mounted at. So also while I was feeding the harness in, I went ahead and had knocked out this pain in the ass. So I had gotten that dropped, and here we have the S13 subframe. Now let me tell you, this thing, I don't care what anybody goes over here and says that it's an easy install into a S13. No, it's a pain in the ass. It is. It is a pain in the ass, especially when you're doing it by yourself. Maybe with two people, it might be a little bit easier. I haven't completely finished it yet. I still have to lower it down, but at least I got everything pretty much mocked up where it needs to be. Everybody goes over and says, let me see if you can see or not. So right in here, I have to do a little bit of hammering. Also, back up in here, I have to do some hammering. Same like that on the other side. So right, let's see if I can get it. Where is it at? Oh, so right up in here, you got to do a little bit of doing a little bit of massaging. So trying to think of the best way. I'm gonna try and use like an air hammer. It's gonna be loud as hell, but yeah, just throw on some earplugs, and that probably should be able to knock that out really quick. So, but yeah, for the most part, S13 subframe is in. We have the 350Z mounted in. Boy, it is really thundering outside. Here, looks like we're gonna get some nasty weather. But yeah. So for the most part, that is all in. So here you have the old throttle cable. But so I think you guys can see that. So there's the diff. Like I said, it's almost all mounted in. So next I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. I'll probably pull it all apart and sell what I can. I don't even know if anybody even buys a stock diff and axles, and if they do, I don't even know what the price would go for. So I mean, if you guys know, hey, throw it in the comments or something, what usually stock open diff goes for. I know the drift guys like to get them, I guess, and just weld them. So when I pulled it off, I guess for the most part it was a good diff. So didn't have any issues, just it was open. So I got the old one wheel peel. I'll probably end up, good Lord, taking these and then just getting some bushings. I think I've seen online, they don't actually make aftermarket bushings for them, but there is a substitute. I'll have to look it all up, but I'll probably repurpose those, and then I definitely will be upgrading the upper control arms. I'm probably going to go with like GK Tech or something like that. But yeah, other than that, still debating if I'm going to change out the knuckles. I know GK Tech sells them. There's a couple companies that sell them. I might just stick with one company, go all GK Tech. I know let me see what else. I'll probably be upgrading the traction arm. So I know for sure the upper control arm and the traction arm is definitely going to get upgraded. Like I said, still debating if I want to change out the knuckles and just buy those, get those new from like GK Tech or whoever. Like I said, I know the options. There's several options that I have. I do have to order the I am going 5 lug, so we'll be changing those over to 5 lug. But yeah, other than that, then the rest of this stuff I'll probably just take apart and I guess put it up for sale, or if anybody's interested in something, I have no problem shipping it, as long as you pay for the shipping. I guess throw me an offer. I don't know. I do need to run the power wire. So since I am running the Nexus R5, they want me to have 0 gauge going to the ECU. So I already have, if you can see right there, I already have a power and ground already ran. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably do maybe something like this, and make like a just do like a little small jumper from the ECU and probably mount like a stud or something like that. That way I can have everything all I don't have to redo so much of the cables, because this does it does kind of add up in price. So maybe I can just do like a little short run or something of 0 gauge and do it like that. But yeah, so other than that, everything is pretty much coming together. I'm still gonna have to go over and modify. So see down there, see the to fit the drive shaft, I'm gonna have to like modify that. Put the actual USDM flange on there, so I got to do a little bit of cutting, but it doesn't seem to be too big of an issue. So, but yeah, other than that, that's where we are at for right now.